This is Andi Purewal, Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm joined by promoter Eddie Hearn in the aftermath of what was a stunning and sensational 12th round stoppage victory. But of course, everybody's thoughts are with Michael Conlan. Eddie, who's right in front of you. Is Michael okay? What do you know?
We wait for news. I mean, look, his eyes were open. He was talking. He wanted to get up in the end, but the paramedics wanted to make sure that he could get treated okay. He was out unconscious, standing up, and then fell through the ropes. His brother and everybody caught him on the way down, but the fight was over. He was no way he can continue, and it was just like I said. We should be celebrating right now, but all we can think about is Michael Conlan, and it was just I can't believe it. Ben Davison said to me after the start of the 11th round, "How have you got it?" I said, "He's got to knock him out to win," and I stood up after the knockdown in the 11th, which was might have been, might not have been. And I just said to Leigh, "You have to knock him out to win." But how often, when you got to knock someone out, how often do you do it? And it was, like I said, hopefully we can watch that back and give the fight the praise of one of the greatest fights, one of the greatest comebacks we've ever seen, but only when we find out that Michael's okay.
The stoppage itself, Eddie, how shocked were you to have seen Leigh pull that one out of the bag?
It was, he buzzed Conlan and he just hit him with the right hand and he was out. And Steve Gray went in, jumped in, and obviously fell through the ropes quickly, and there was no way he was gone. And I felt that in the 8th and the 9th, he was just, finding his feet again. Don't forget the knockdown in the first was so heavy. And I can't believe Leigh Wood survived the 2nd and the 3rd because he was totally gone. But to come back and do that in the 12th round, speechless. And we'll wrap it up quite quickly because I want to make sure that he's okay. But if you've got anything else to ask me, feel free.
Just work through the undercard then, Eddie. Just go through it.
Kevin Aguiarco, good performance against a very good opponent in Rubio. Great to see Terry Harper back, good performance. Sandy Ryan, disappointing, took the big step up, missed the weight yesterday. She'll learn from it, she'll be back. Gary Cully, great win. No one really does that to Miguel Vasquez. Nick Olivas, good win. Thomas Carty, a good win as well. And Thomas Patrick Hart, great to see him back. So a brilliant night, one of the best atmospheres I've ever seen. And like I said, hopefully we can look back on the night and just remember it for what it was, one of the greatest fights of all time.
Just two to squeeze out of you. Sandy Ryan, will you try and make that rematch?
Absolutely. She can beat Farias, but she has to do camp right, she has to fight the right fight. A lot of times people just start believing their own hype. She can walk people down, she can beat them up. But it was disappointing, but she'll be back.
Just one final one, just away from this card. Ben Van Heerden, you announced the other day. Some critics of that fight announcement?
There's always critics, mate. There's always critics. Van Heerden's last fight was against Jaron Ennis, headlining on Showtime, who's probably the best welterweight in the world. So, that was a year and a half ago, live on Showtime. Conor Benn is a young fighter coming through, never faced a competitive southpaw before. It's a very good fight, and we'll watch his development go. And after this, if he comes through this, he'll be in a mega fight in the summer.
Eddie, thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.